Chris from Rekkid Talk. It's February. We're going to do 5 records in 5 minutes talking about the month of February. Let's start out with the Corin Tucker Band, Kill My Blues from the year 2012. Look, the very first song is called Groundhog's Day, February 2nd. Today's Groundhog's Day. Punxsutawney Phil will tell you that the weather is going to continue to suck for many, many weeks. And so, what does Groundhog's Day sound like? Well, Corin made 2 solo albums during the Slater-Kinney hiatus. The first one, which came out a couple years before this, was pretty mellow, pretty non-Slater-Kinney-ish. She called it middle-aged mom music. This is probably more like Slater-Kinney, although there is somebody playing bass guitar. It's a pretty cool album. I wouldn't say it's as strong as Slater-Kinney stuff. And then you're thinking, well, February is the month with lots of the shortest month of the year, only 28 days. Even if you have leap year, it's still only 29 days. So let's talk about some short songs. That Groundhog Day song was 3 minutes 55 seconds, so that's not all that short. But of course, we've got every month we show Local H, and we show 12 Angry Months. Of course, we started this back in November because I didn't start it at the beginning of the year because I'm weird that way. So the February song is called Michelle Again. And you can see even February is featured on the disc there. And you see how the glare catches my camera that's sitting on top of my computer. That's pretty cool. And so what's true about this song in terms of length? It's an under 3-minute song, 2 minutes and 46 seconds. And what I'm going to do for the rest of the video, for the 3 remaining songs, is all of the remaining songs are going to be picked to be shorter than that Local H song. So let's think about genres that tend to have short songs. And of course, the first genre you think about when you think about the concept of short songs is 60s girl groups. Martha and the Vandells. This came out on the Gordy label. In My Lonely Room. You can see this used to be Sandy's record. And this particular record, it says right on there, is 2 minutes and 29 seconds. The flip side is called A Tear for the Girl, which is also under 3 minutes, 2 minutes 49 seconds. And so In My Lonely Room was written by Holland Dozier Holland, of course. He wrote a lot of those songs. And so, who else? What other genre do we think about when we think about really short songs? Well, of course, we think about progressive rock. We think about prog. We think about the prog giants from the early 1970s. We think about Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery. And you're thinking, what? They have super long songs. Well, Emerson, Lake and Palmer would throw in the little short songs as well. Benny the Bouncer, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And it's kind of that jokey comedy song. It's sort of like in pro wrestling, they'll have like the big serious long epic match between the stars. But one of the matches towards the beginning will be a goofy match. They call it the comedy match. And ELP kind of had the comedy song. Honestly, it doesn't really fit in because right after it you have Karn Evil 9 with lots of different parts. It's all proggy and stuff. All right, but what you really think about when you think about short songs is you think about punk. And so, of course, we're going to show the Minutemen, Joy, and it's on a 10-inch record, not a 7-inch record, but a 10-inch record because the good people at SST will spare nothing in making sure that you have a full audiophile experience. So you can see there's 3 songs on here, Joy, Black Sheep, and More Joy. And the combined running time of those 3 songs put together is, I totaled it up, it's barely over 3 minutes. And of course, if you look carefully at the dead wax, you can see that we're using hardly any of the vinyl here. So putting it on 10-inch vinyl rather than 7-inch vinyl was completely silly. You could have made it a one-sided 7-inch record. So thank you, Greg Ginn.